Hi, everybody. My name is Nathan Ronen, and I'm the co-founder and CFA lead instructor at Chalk and Board, a premier CFA test prep company located in the New York City area. You know, one of the things I have learned in guiding CFA candidates over the years is that there's no such thing as a bad student, just really inadequate instruction and misconceptions about what it takes to learn. You know, based on my experience of mentoring, of teaching, and tutoring CFA candidates for over 25 years, I know that even difficult concepts can be made comprehensible. But as a CFA Level 2 candidate, you have to maintain first and foremost a completely different mindset than you did when you were taking Level 1, because the structure and the focus of the Level 2 exam is different. The exam is now structured as an item set exam, where you'll probably get a large number of vignettes, meaning stories, followed by 4 to 6 multiple choice questions about the story that you read. Okay. In terms of focus, the Level 2 exam is focused on asset valuation. And when we're talking about asset valuation, we specifically mean the topics of equity, fixed income, derivatives, and alternative investments. Now, that does not mean, and I'm not implying that you shouldn't know any of the other topics in the CFA curriculum at Level 2, but those 4 topics are the main thrust of the Level 2 program. And realistically, if you don't do very well in those topics, it's going to be hard for you to amass enough points to automatically pass the Level 2 exam. Now, believe me, if you study for Level 2 like you did for Level 1, which is exactly what I did, you'll probably resit the exam. Now, people always say, hey, Nathan, when you took the Level 2 exam the first time, why'd you fail? And I will tell you first and foremost that it wasn't because I didn't know the material. It's because I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have a focus. I went in there thinking that, hey, every exam that I ever took, I passed. I applied the same methodology that I did at Level 1 for Level 2, and I got my butt handed to me. Okay. And so I wasn't able to finish even the exam on time. So these are key ingredients to remember: strategy and focus for Level 2, which is very different from the strategy and focus at Level 1 or Level 3. But you might be sitting back and saying, you know, hey, I can take the Level 2 again, a second time, a third time, a fourth time. Absolutely true. But my question to you is, why are you focusing on failing? You should be focusing on passing. You know, I know there's a lot of prep providers out there that will say, hey, if you buy our products, we give you a guaranteed pass, meaning that you can sit as many times as you want for the exam and our materials are free. Those are really nice things, but that I'm sort of asking you, are you in the CFA program for life, that you need a guarantee for life that you can continue receiving materials? You should have a strategy and a focus on real learning. And when you have a structure like that and a focus on real learning like what I do, you probably are not going to have to worry so much about having to retake the exam. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you a pass because there's other factors that come into play, but your chances of passing are going to be much higher. In fact, you know, I have yet to encounter a candidate who actually failed to master what I was showing them, what I was teaching them, if they were simply willing to do the hard work of learning. And learning is hard work. Actually, I teach by listening to each of my candidates. I try to understand their difficulties, even if unarticulated, and by helping them to devise their own solutions using my methodology, the Ronen methodology. And I do this any time of the day, evenings, weekends, and I will meet with you on FaceTime or Zoom or WhatsApp, or we'll do emails, however it best fits your schedule and my schedule as well. But your instructor is there to support you. But no matter how well I try to teach and I try to show, the ultimate outcome on your CFA exam is up to you, the candidate, because you're the one that has to do the hard work of learning. So if you ask me, I would tell you that I have 3 mottos. Number 1, it has to make sense to you. Motto number 2, I can teach, but only you can learn. And the third motto is the one that I always tell my candidates: focus on understanding. don't memorize. In other words, don't sit there and just memorize formulas. Understand the concepts, and then many times the formulas will flow. I see it as my mission as a CFA instructor to help candidates like yourself get to the place of real learning by showing them how to think a concept through systematically, how to learn from their mistakes, how to persist, and how to achieve your goal of becoming a charter holder. Oh yeah, and finally, if you think that retaking the exam is not costly, it's just a registration fee that you pay the CFA Institute, absolutely not. Here's something to think about. It's a lot more expensive than the registration fee. You need to take into account the time value of money, your time spent 300 hours or more studying for each exam level. And when you take 300 hours or more, 350 or 400, and you multiply it by your hourly rate, if you're working, you have a better idea of the true cost of what it takes to sit for the level 2 exam a second time and a third time. So let's not make that happen. Let's focus on a first time pass without any guarantees and just do the work and do the hard learning.